Hey friends, this is T again with another reaction video, and today we're going to be doing a reaction on Ironheart Looks Awful. An iconic disaster is incoming, okay? And this is NERDROTIC. I've done reactions to him before. I just love his take. He is so funny and very accurate when it comes down to a lot of these movies. Now there's a few people out there that kind of do the same thing that he does, but he just does it perfectly, okay? I just love his takes, okay? And he got this aura thing about him that you can see that he's very sincere about the things he's saying, even if it sounds negative. I think he's doing it from a place that he wish that that Hollywood would improve on these movies, because I mentioned in other videos that I believe he really loves movies. And there's another thing I'm starting to learn about a lot of these people on YouTube, a lot of these popular ones. A lot of them were involved in like Hollywood at some level, okay? Now I think he said he ran a comic book store or something, so it makes sense that he's really into that. I mean, you know, all the stuff in the background, it tells you everything, right? So I believe he ran a comic book thing. He had some problems, he said. I don't know if it was drinking or drugs, I can't remember right now, but he went through a lot, and now he's doing a lot better than he did, man. He really improved his life. But I've noticed that a lot of these popular YouTubers, because I thought they were just regular people like me, right? But they had some involvement in Hollywood at some levels. I was watching Cinepals, you know, Kuwait, I think her name, and Kirk. They're a couple, you know. I kind of assumed they were a couple, but I think I just seen a recent video that they almost confirmed it. But anyway, they were involved in Hollywood as well. I didn't know that. I thought they were just regular people with friends or something, right? Because look, I mentioned in other videos, I've done photography and I've done some videos, but I never was actually involved in Hollywood. But a lot of these people are. So I was wondering, I'm like, okay, why are they so well known? And I never knew who these people were, because a lot of them were behind the scenes. But yeah, it was just something that I just kind of gathered recently, because like I said, I didn't know who these people were, right? I just thought they were just popular YouTubers, right? But a lot of them were involved in Hollywood, which makes sense. Even what's her name? I forgot her name. Randolph. She does a lot of reviews and stuff. So she was, I believe she was involved in writing comics or something like that. I kind of knew that one, but I thought she was just one out of, you know, a few. But there's a lot of people out there that's doing YouTube now. They used to be in the news, used to be in Hollywood. I mean, and because I was like, okay, since I believe they got a lot of advantage because of these reasons, because they are involved with that and they can use that to their advantage to grow their channel. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, you know, I don't got that kind of you know, experience or background, okay? So I'm going from straight up scratch here, okay? Scratch. I'm building my channel and trying to make myself more known, that I can get more popular and that can grow my channel faster. So I'm kind of starting from scratch. A lot of you people kind of like had this edge. I ain't mad at them for that, don't get me wrong. I just didn't realize, okay? So now I know, and it is what it is. But either case, I'm not exactly sure why I brought that up, but it was just something on my mind. I was like, okay, because I'm finding little bits and pieces about these YouTubers that I didn't know before. When, you know, cause when you watch them enough, you start to get some information here and there, or they'll share it or something, right? So I mean, like he did, he shared the struggles that he went through, and I appreciate that. But I'm glad he's doing well, and I love his takes on movies. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share this video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we come out with new videos. Okay, all right, let's get started.
Ironheart will be a series for Disney Plus about genius inventor Riri Williams, who has the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man's. Dominique Thorne will play the title role. And as we like to do, both Secret Invasion and Ironheart will tie directly.
You can just see his stomach turning, man. Because I mentioned, I didn't mention in this, I mentioned on this TikTok thing that I did. I mentioned that I was watching this video and I found out that a lot of these companies like BlackRock and all the other companies are kind of pushing for Hollywood to go in these directions, I mean, they don't give a crap about black people, of course, right? But they still pushing this thing, right? Because it makes them money somehow. I mean, the guy got into details, a YouTuber, he got into details about it. But I thought Hollywood was just, virtual signaling. That was pretty much the surface of all this crap. But it seems like a lot of business people like BlackRock and other companies are pushing this stuff, to somehow control us in some other way, I guess, or some crazy stuff. But it's losing Disney a lot of money. And you can tell he don't want to do it. He don't. But he's going to do it, man, because all these people in Hollywood is going to do whatever the money tells them to do, regardless of whether they think is a good idea or not. See, their job, I believe, is to try to figure out how to be able to do these people jobs, do what these companies want, but make it good. See, the companies don't, like, for example, BlackRock, don't care about whether these movies are good or not. They just want Hollywood to make them money and push out the crap they wanted to push out. But he has to figure out how to make that crap good. And he's not doing so well. And you can just tell by the look on his face, man, that he don't want to do this stuff. Because I really believe Kevin Feige loved this kind of stuff. I believe he loves comic books. I believe he loves sci-fi. I truly believe it. But, I couldn't figure out why they keep pushing this garbage. Didn't make any sense, man. It just didn't make any sense. But now I'm starting to understand what's happening behind the scenes.
To MCU feature films.
5 years later.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius.
Goodness, man. They always get these type people. Look, I love all black people. Don't get me wrong. But the kind of people that they hire always got that arrogant, smug look. You know what I mean? And you can also tell that they kind of woke and very, very liberal. You just can tell. But they got that smug look all the time. They just can't get humble black people. It's almost like Hollywood thinks that black people just walk around with attitude 24 hours a day. And we don't. A lot of us, we're pretty, minor. We pretty, simple. It's like we don't walk around with a chip on our shoulders 24 hours a day. But it's almost like they want to paint us like that, or arrogant all the time for some reason. You just can tell by you just can tell, man.
You in or out? Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
Some dude got to pump her up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody pumped up Iron Man. He just did it on his own. And even though he was arrogant, but that's how Tony Stark was. But he had his faults, and they showed it. But, it always got to be some dude coming in here, some simp coming in there talking about how amazing she is and all kind of junk there, right? As though her doing something, actually doing something, will show how amazing she is. No, she got to have a bunch of people cheerleading her constantly. I'm sure that's what the movie's going to be about, how fantastic she is.
So, are you in or out?
What is he wearing?
I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
I want to build
that hip music too. They love doing that. It's almost like we just can't, like, playing Mozart or something like that. It's like completely against what we do. We always got to do the same crap over and over and over again, right? Every time we do something cool, we got to throw in a bunch of rap music or whatever, right? We can't have no simple, beautiful music or anything like that to go with us, right? And this is the thing about Hollywood, man. They want to keep it this way. Before, I just thought it was just ignorance, a bunch of white people, liberal white people just being ignorant, thinking that this is something that all of us like. But in actuality, I think they pushing it on purpose too as well. They want us to keep here because I believe in some way they control us. But they can't control us because not all of us are like this. Some of us, I do like rap. I'm not even going to lie. If it's good rap, okay? Not the drill stuff that's coming out these days. But if it's good music, I like it. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's country. I don't care if it's rock. I don't care what it is now. You know, when I was young, yeah, I was into all this stuff, right? And I understand that they feel like they need to grab these people, but it's not all black people, and they don't need to portray us constantly this way, having attitudes, arrogant, you know, kind of slightly showing that we really don't like white people and all this kind of stuff. I really just think it's irritating, man. It's irritating.
Something undeniable.
And plus, you're trying to reach other audiences too, right? So you would think that they would do things to make black people more relatable, right? But they don't. They always trying to paint us with the same brush, man, all the time.
Important.
Iconic. It's a brand new
Brother, this guy stinks!
NERDROTIC.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million hellions and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet.
Yeah.
There is a handful of characters that personify everything wrong with Marvel Comics and now Marvel Studios, including but not limited to Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel, no, not Miss Marvel from the comics, Captain Marvel, Sana Amanat's self-insert Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel, and Riri Williams as Ironheart.
That outfit just looked like crap. It just looked awful. Let's go back to it. It looks awful. And I think they probably made it so little girls can go out and buy it. No little girl want this crap. You know what I'm saying? It's I mean, they really pushing this garbage, man. They really do it. And they're going to just destroy Hollywood. And guess who they're going to blame? They're going to blame Trump. Because they blame that man for everything. You know what I'm saying? No, it's Trump. Because Ironheart didn't work because of Trump, right? Because Trump is racist. That's the reason. They're going to just figure out some way to kind of put it on him, man. You know, kill two birds with one stone, right? Instead of blaming themselves for this crap.
Ironheart. All three are derivative characters of a male hero. Some are derivatives of derivatives. All three were developed for the comics solely based on their...
But that's a sad thing. It's like they couldn't just create characters on their own. And that shows you right there they're not creative. Not like Stan Lee and them other people at Marvel and at DC, right? They were creative people, comic books. They had to come up with ideas. You know, that's what they were getting paid for. But instead, these people that they hire now, they'll just copy off another character and then make it female or gay or something like that, right? That's all they do. You know what I'm saying? They don't do anything creative. And this is the thing, Kevin Feige knows it. And yet he got to go along with it, man. I don't even think he have a choice, probably. Because you can tell he just ain't into it. He even mentioned going over these movies like homework or something, right? And that's not, you know, the way he used to talk at the beginning. He used to really say he really enjoyed these movies himself. He was a fan. But now it's like, I can imagine now, because I used to admire him, like, this must be a great job. You're able to do something that you probably loved when you was a kid, right? But now it sounds like work.
Of a male hero, some are derivatives of derivatives. All three were developed for the comics solely based on their identity to push inclusivity, and that's the exact same reason they were rushed into the MCU. In the comics, all three have been repeatedly pushed on a fan base that absolutely rejects them, leading to all three of them being featured in multiple canceled comics.
See, that's what the guy in the video, I wish I remember this the guy's name in that video. I subscribed to him, but I can't remember his name right now. But or the name of his channel. But that's what he was saying, man, basically, right? It's like they just don't even care what the audience like anymore, or the fans. That's not the purpose anymore, right? Their purpose is to sell an idea to the masses, and you have to accept it. And, you know, they can sit around and cheer each other and pat each other on the back and all this stuff, but they don't care about us. It's like we mean, even though they want our money, which is crazy, right? Like I think I mentioned in another video before, if they were able to get our money without our permission, which they do in other areas, but I'm talking about Hollywood right now. But if they were able to do it, they'd do it. They'll do it. They don't care about how we feel about it. It's almost like we're not important anymore. I mean, what made art popular, what made art good is the fact of the matter is you were trying to please other people, like painters or sculptors. You wanted to please other people with your art. But they just skipped over that now. It's like pleasing other people means nothing to them. They just want to please each other. And that's it. And that's why they're going to fail.
Which in turn was the spark that led to the beginning of the decline that continues to this very day for Marvel Comics. Coincidentally, with just two of those three characters, Captain Marvel.
I like Squirrel Girl though, so she's fantastic.
Marvel and Miss Marvel, the same thing is happening to Marvel Studios. And now it looks like Kevin Feige is determined to repeat all of the mistakes of the comic books and lead to the same failures by finally releasing Ironheart. So that's right, in the year of our Lord 2020, on December 10th, Kevin Feige announced there was going to be an Ironheart series.
It just look like his stomach is turning, man. He reading from a script, of course, but it look like his stomach is turning. He probably thinking, oh, this is going to be awful. There's more money we going to lose off this crap. I'm telling you, man, I do not, admire him anymore, man, in his position. I just don't. It's just terrible, man. He got to do this. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him. Don't get me wrong. I don't, man. He could be like, this is garbage, lose his job and start his own thing. He could do that if he wanted. He's popular enough. He's rich enough. He don't have to do this, but he's continuing to do it anyway. So.
Kevin Feige announced there was going to be an Ironheart series. Admittedly, these were the days that Marvel thought they could do no wrong. The series was rushed into development, and she made her first iconic appearance in Wakanda Forever.
Get out of my dorm. Get out. Do not take another step toward me.
See how they teach the children to treat their guests? I am going to give you two options. You can come to Wakanda, conscious or unconscious.
You need to be conscious of the way that you look. Walking around here with that ash on your head.
Oh, it's funny.
No.
Then, upon the completion of production on Ironheart 3 years ago, Kevin Feige actually watched it. And thanks to the worst time strikes in history, he was able to kick that can as far down the road as he could. Don't believe me? Well,
just going back to she just act like a black girl. There's no acting required in this. And that's all when they get these young black women, just like in the old guard, they'll just get these young black women who got like a lot of testosterone going through their veins and they just rough and tough and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? No acting required. Just act like a black girl. That's all we need. I remember the Wayans brothers used to joke about how Hollywood would tell them to act a certain way. You're not acting black enough. So they basically just act black and say the lines. We'll write it for you and stuff. Stupid junk. The people looking at like, what, we don't talk like normal people anymore or something or what? I mean, I have an issue with this because this is the kind of crap I had to watch for years. Because I wanted to see good black television, good black movies. And this is all they offered. And I was thinking by now, they realized that we're not all the same. Now, if you're a famous black person or model or something like that, and you decide to do a movie or whatever, they're not going to make you act stereotypical, especially if you're really, really attractive, okay? They're going to just let you act like everybody else. Like Denzel Washington, for example. He don't act this way, or his son, for that matter. So it's like, it's just every other young black person that they pull on this thing, they got to have attitude all the time. All the time. They have to be and have to, be nasty and mean and stuff. You know what I mean? And then have that little undercurrent of we don't like white people kind of a thing. It's always seemed to be projected in these movies that somehow I don't need no white person without even saying it now. Back in the day they used to say it. That was like you just feel it now. You just feel it. You know what I mean? It's irritating because I don't want to dislike white people. And I don't need nobody telling me I should. I don't want this like anybody. But they keep this undercurrent of trying to tell you white people is the reason why you can't get nothing done is constantly in these movies. But we're going to overcome it, though. But always with nastiness, violence, or some crazy mess like that. Rebellion. Okay? It's the same old stuff over and over again. Just new packaging.
Ash on your head.
Oh, it's funny.
No.
Then, upon the completion of production on Ironheart 3 years ago, Kevin Feige actually watched it. And thanks to the worst time strikes in history, he was able to kick that can as far down the road as he could. Don't believe me? Well, aside from the fact that this show has again been on the shelf for 3 years, yeah. Ironheart has already broken what I believe will be a lot of unfortunate records.
I bet you $1 million they probably gonna skip the premiere. I mean, they probably do it, but I would skip it. If I was Kevin Feige, I'd skip that tip. I mean, when they put enough money into this stuff, when they got a virtue signal, they had to show it at some point. You say he kept it on ice for 3 years? He probably wish he could just burn it, man. Because like I say, again, I believe Kevin Feige is a fan of comic books and sci-fi and stuff like that. He just Captain Kennedy, I know she don't give a crap. All she care about is working and getting pats on the back for being, PC and all this other stuff, man. But I truly believe Kevin Feige loved this stuff, but they making it miserable for him. And I'm not taking away from him contributing to this, okay? He is. But I bet he is miserable right now. Miserable.
Years. Ironheart has already broken what I believe will be a lot of unfortunate records. The first trailer for Ironheart broke the record for the shortest amount of time between any live-action MCU project's first trailer and its release. The previous record holder, Daredevil Born Again. How did that turn out? Now, the word on the street is that if Disney Marvel had its way, just like with Echo, they wouldn't release.
Yeah, that broke my heart too, man. I don't even watch it, man. After the first 2 episodes I watched, man, it was like something about it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. I'm kind of looking forward to Jessica Jones being on it. I might check it out then, but I haven't been watching it. I have no desire to. It's not like I'm rebelling and I'm like, I ain't gonna watch this because they doing that. It's not the reason. It's just I don't have any motivation to watch it. I just don't. I mean, back in the day when it was on Netflix, man, I would like make a certain time I wanted to watch this thing. I would like push everything out of the way. Make sure I'm in my bed, relax, with something to eat, popcorn or peanuts or something like that, right? Something to drink, a beer or something like that, and uninterrupted peace and watch Daredevil. That's how I used to watch Daredevil. Now it's like I don't even bother. It's like I don't got time. Even curiosity's not there anymore, okay? That's terrible. And I like Cox. I like the way he portrays Daredevil, okay? But it's just something about the writing and the action sequences and the story. It's just something about it just seemed weird, man, to me. So I just don't have any desire to watch it. I don't know, maybe one day I might do it. I don't know, but I have no desire at all. I used to go out of my way to watch the one on Netflix. And now it's like every promise they made, they just not fulfilling it. Because they were saying that they was going to get some of the same writers or whatever to do the new Daredevil. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. Oh, yeah, we're going to do better and make less movies and all the other crap. Nothing improved. Nothing. They keep promising us this stuff. I guess to make it, for the shareholders, maybe that's who it's for. But for audiences, man, they not fulfilling those promises, man. Not from what I can see.
How did that turn out? Now, the word on the street is
I'm enjoying a little bit of the underworld with the Ventress or whatever her name is. But I get the feeling it's going to get woke. They're going to make her weak and stuff, man. You know what I mean? And I don't want to see that. I like her being... Look, I want her to do some good things. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't want her all of a sudden become corny and weak and stuff, man. It's just going to turn me off.
Is that if Disney Marvel had its way, just like with Echo, they wouldn't release this, but they have to. So the best thing to do would be to either dump it all at once or delay it as much as possible. And now that we've seen some behind the scenes footage and the trailer, we know why. There is 2 schools of thought here. The big brains at Marvel either decided to release the Ironheart trailer just hours before James Gunn's Superman to compete with it, or to bury it. I report you decide. Either way, neither of them worked. And this may be enough.
I think it was trying to bury it. I really do. It looks like crap. And it's insulting to black people, in my opinion. And I'm a black person, okay? But I guess that depends, right? Because since I am conservative, and I know if you didn't know this, you should have guessed it by now. I am conservative. I mean, I'm a little bit more open because I used to be liberal. So I'm kind of open to both positives, okay? But because I am conservative, I guess I'm not black until I accept what they define as black, what Hollywood defines as black, okay? That's when I'm black. At least that's what they telling me, okay? It's just embarrassing for us, man. And you would think these actors, I understand that they just want a job, but then they continue on this road of crap after this. There's one thing is to do what Hollywood wants you to do, but once you become popular, start, really putting out the real deal. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Bruce Lee. He got tired of the way that Hollywood was portraying Asians, and specifically Chinese. So when he was like, I'm done with Hollywood, I'm done. Now I'm going to go make the kind of movies I wanted to make. Now, He had a family that he had to take care of. I mean, if Dragon was any real, I mean, his wife had something to do with that movie. But if that was like real, he had to go through a lot of crap, man, when he left Hollywood. He wasn't making any real money, but he had some kind of control of how the Chinese look. And I admired that about him. If it's any of that true, I admired that. He really wanted to teach Chinese culture at the time, okay? And then when he finally became popular, he really had the opportunity to show the world what China culture was all about. Unfortunately, he passed away shortly after that. But just imagine what he could have done. It could have been a whole different outlook out there. But not black people. That Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, no. Now that they billionaires, no, let's keep doing the same old crap. Let's keep doing the same old crap, putting out the same old stuff all the time. Not really dig deep into all black culture, because the crap that they show in Hollywood is not all black culture. You white and you watching this, I'm telling you right now, it's not all black culture, especially the ratchet parts. It's definitely not something we should be celebrating. But they won't show that part though, because it might take away from the narrative. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. But this is embarrassing, man. It really is. And they keep doing it.
Another reason they delayed the footage until the last possible minute, because it looks like it's heading towards an iconic ratio. But I tell you, there's no happier guy on earth that Ironheart got delayed so long it came out after Sinners, which I liked, than executive producer Ryan Coogler.
He liked Sinners, man. Okay. I think he also liked Black Panther too as well. Coogler is putting out some good stuff, man, from what I hear. I still haven't seen Sinners yet. I was going to go see it. I don't know if I'm going to see it in the theaters now, but I'm going to definitely watch it, though.
Earth that Ironheart got delayed so long it came out after Sinners, which I liked, than executive producer Ryan Coogler.
I got into Marvel as a kid, going to comic book shops. I was really big on X-Men and all of the offshoots, like X-Factor and Wolverine. When Ironheart came out, I remember the buzz around the industry.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Okay, first off, why in the hell would you show this cover? It's one of the worst in comic book history. It's like somebody cut a girl in half and put two deer legs on the bottom. Now, if by buzz you mean the 45th best-selling comic the month Ironheart came out, which sold 40,000 copies, which admittedly comic shops would kill for those kind of numbers, but the reason we don't get numbers like that anymore is because you kept releasing comics like Ironheart. And in 2019, when the Ironheart Volume 1 trade paperback Those with Courage was released, it was the 328th best-selling book of the year, selling a whopping 2,640 copies to comic shops. And not too long after that, things got so bad in the comic book industry, they stopped reporting sales. That sounds like the perfect thing to adapt and rush into production while spending hundreds of millions of dollars only to sit on it for 3 years. Now, after
it's crazy, man, how Hollywood blow money. It's crazy. They got so many creative people out there that they won't even tap into it. I mentioned in another video that they should get Japanese to help them with this stuff, man. When American and Japanese work together, man, they put out some amazing stuff, but Disney won't do it for some freaking reason, because they don't want to lose control. They don't want to share control. And that's the reason why Sony put them through the paces whenever they want Spider-Man. Sony, nah, y'all not controlling us. We control Spider-Man, okay? So they got to pretty much beg and plead what they can do with Peter Parker and Spider-Man, okay? Which I think is a good thing now. At first, I didn't think it was a good thing, but now I do. And I feel the same way when it comes down to working with the Japanese. They don't want to lose any type of control. You know, because the Japanese ain't trying to be PC. All right? They're not trying to do that. You know, but Disney definitely is still doing it. Matter of fact, they got one of their lead people, Pascal, out there doing the worst, man. Doing the worst. I don't know what's up with him, man. I mentioned I loved him on Game of Thrones, man. And probably maybe something after that. Ever since, man, he been just doing the worst, man. He just been doing the worst.
Spending a decade in the comics and half a decade in the movies, taking legacy characters and replacing them with diverse characters because you could just pass the mantle. And just a few months after Sam Wilson officially took over the mantle of Captain America.
And none of them earned it. That's the part that gets me the most. And I think it gets most fans. They never earn it. They just get it. It's like they just give it to him. Okay, I'm going to give it to Sam because, you know, I'm just giving it to him. I mean, even though he was great as the Vulture or whatever you call him, right? I'm just gonna make him Captain America now. When Bucky was the best choice. It just make no sense. None of them earned it. And that's the part that kills you. None of them earned it. And people wonder why they're not doing so well. None of them earned it. But let's give it to them anyway. Who cares, right?
Replacing them with diverse characters because you could just pass the mantle, and just a few months after Sam Wilson officially took over the mantle of Captain America that completely failed, this time they want you to know they're not passing the mantle.
A lot of people think that she's a successor to the Iron Man legacy. But in the comic book, Riri and Tony had a friendship. He was kind of advising her.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Except she wasn't really advised by Tony Stark, because the comic they were showing right there was an AI version because he was dead.
And eventually, she got her own identity as Ironheart.
The story of Ironheart is not a story about the mantle of Iron Man getting passed. If anything, it's the opposite.
Why is that a problem? Again, they want to put out there, we don't need white people, even though they need white people. Everything they get is from white people, but they want to put out there, nah, we didn't get it from white people. I didn't get this job because of white people. Yeah, you got this job because white people gave it to you. Okay, that's the reason why. Like when women ran out there and said we don't need no man when they really need men. You know what I'm saying? It's that same old crap. It's insane. It's insane. And they think we so stupid we ain't noticed that. Yes, you were given this by white people. And why should you be ashamed about that? Okay, so I mean, look, I believe you should work for whatever you get. But if opportunities come in life where you can get something for freaking free, hey, most people will take it. Okay? But then you can build off of that. But don't pretend like you did it on your own when you didn't. Somebody gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like they hate people that work hard for anything. I'm gonna use Elon Musk and Trump for example. Elon Musk built this empire, but they hate him for it. Trump built his empire, but they hate him for it. But anybody that was given something, they can pretend like, oh no, white people didn't do this for me. But they can't prove that wasn't the case. And it's almost like jealousy. That's what it sounds like to me. But they want to pretend like she just earned it or something. No, she did not.
The story of Ironheart is not a story about the mantle of Iron Man getting passed. If anything, it's the opposite.
It's really about her proving herself and achieving her own legacy.
Creating your own legacy by stealing everything the legacy character established, including his own book. And never mind the fact that although it was never going to succeed, that was the intention, and there were articles written about Riri Williams being the next Iron Man, but it's not about passing the mantle. And as far as the trailer is concerned, it actually gets worse. Keeping in mind that a trailer is just a commercial for, in this case, your TV show, which is designed to captivate potential viewers by highlighting the story's most exciting elements, characters, and visuals in a brief, compelling format without giving away too much of the plot. That's why I thought it was an interesting creative choice spending the first minute of this 1 minute and 44 seconds.
Oh, I'm gonna go back in a second. Also, another thing I noticed, Robert Downey Jr. is a good actor. He was always a good actor. He's very popular. Even when he went down because of drugs and alcohol, whatever the reason, right? He still was a good actor. That didn't change a thing. He just hit, a lot of rocky roads or whatever, right? And then they made him Iron Man. And because of him, it became as popular as it did. It wasn't just the writing and just the special effects or nothing like that. It was also Robert Downey Jr. that made the character popular. And now they're going to replace him with who? And then it doesn't even have nothing to do with the fact that she's black. It's like, who is this person? Never heard of them. Never seen them in anything. Back in the day, when you gave somebody a headline, most of the time, especially if you're looking for somebody popular to push it, a new idea, you want to get somebody famous. I never heard of this chick. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are movies, don't get me wrong, there are movies when they tried out using a new person to create something new and different, right? And a lot of times it didn't work out. Once in a while it did, okay? But something popular like this, Iron Person, I guess that's what they're going to call it, shit, Iron Person, Iron Woman, whatever, who knows? Ironheart, okay, whatever. You need to get somebody that had some kind of acting capability, somebody that did something in their freaking past, because I don't know who this girl is. I have no clue. And she don't look like she can really act anyway. They just told her to act like herself, probably. It's crazy, man.
A commercial for, in this case, your TV show, which is designed to captivate potential viewers by highlighting the story's most exciting elements, characters, and visuals in a brief, compelling format without giving away too much of the plot. That's why I thought it was an interesting creative choice, spending the first minute of this 1 minute and 40.
I mean, is that the reason why these black people hate white folks? I mean, I don't hate Elon Musk. I can't do what Elon Musk do. I can't do it. I don't have the brain capacity or the kind of drive this man got. And I'm not mad at him for that. I'm not jealous. I wish I could do something like that, but I'm not mad because I can't. But they seem like they pissed off because they can't do it. And they can't show no real life examples of something like this happening. So now they got to make it up in comic books and movies and TV shows to pretend, make believe like this is real, but it's not. And I think they're mad about that. I think that's the reason why they hate Elon Musk so much, because he actually did it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the vibe I get from these people, man. They just act like they jealous. Jealous. It's ridiculous. There's no reason to be mad at Elon Musk because of his accomplishments. There's no reason. But they are.
44-second trailer having Riri Williams walk into a building and escape from an elevator. And Coogler, you're an executive producer. Now, I understand the connection to Wakanda Forever, but you couldn't have Marvel add Creed, Sinners, or I don't know, the first Black Panther? Anyway, we finally learned something about the character.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
And right off the bat, we get the...
Oh, yeah, like, if she had these skills, people would ignore her. That's another idiot thing they're trying to push. Like, oh, well, she black. Even though she can make technology far beyond us, let's not give her no accolades or a job or anything like that. No, look, back in the day, they used to take people's ideas and steal them. I get it. That happened now. But they're making it seem like now that they can't do something like that, right? Not unless you're stupid enough to let them, but they really can't do nothing like that. That they wouldn't hire you to do a job if you were that smart. But no, ignore her. Even though she got all these, she building the Iron Man suit and all this other stuff, man. But we're not gonna give her an opportunity. Just because, why? Oh, because she black. But I thought we love money. Yeah, we like money until, you got black skin. That's where we don't like money that much. No, companies love money. They don't care where it's coming from. It could be a poor black person or it could be a genius black person. They love money. They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't care where it comes from or how it's made. They just want it. But for some reason in their head, because she black, they don't want to hire her. That's so stupid. So stupid.
Staples of modern intersectional feminist Hollywood writing. We are told she is great through constant affirmations from other characters, but never shown. And she's being kept down by the...
They say the same thing about that black girl on The Boys, too. This is probably a genius. They really trying to pump up black women, man. They really are. Now, I get it. They saying that, they disenfranchise, the most disenfranchised people on the planet, the black woman, okay? And they want to help out the black woman improve. But then, they instead of crawling their way up, they just go put her in the front. Don't forget it. She been in the background so long. Let's just put her straight in the front. And now that she got to produce, there's nothing to produce. Because she didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? I respect Oprah Winfrey earned it. Despite, I don't agree with her crap. You know what I'm saying? I hate her movies. But she at least earned her money. So she got reason to brag about something. Okay? Because she earned it. But now they just putting black women at the top. They're just doing it, man. And then these black women believing they earned it, but they didn't. I would give any credit to any black woman or black person that earned their way up there. I have no problem with that. But when somebody just put you there and then you pretend like somebody didn't, no.
Patriarchy or the system or both. And she deserves her acknowledgement despite the fact that she's already going to MIT.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
Man, I'm glad they told us she was a genius again. And she just recently got back from an internship abroad at the isolationist ethno-state of Wakanda.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable. Something
important.
iconic.
they're gonna help everybody. See, that's the part you don't hear. They just want to help black people. Tony Stark wanted to help the world. He might have had some messed up ideas, but he wanted to help the world. It wasn't, we just want to help white people. We want to help the world. We want to save the world. But you don't hear that from them. Who do you want to help? Oh, I want to help not only black people and get them out of the struggle, but I also want to help white people too, because we all human. You ain't gonna hear that. That message is never gonna be said. And if you find something like that from a black movie or whatever, please put it down in the comments. Tell me what video, movie, television show, whatever. Put it down in the comments and show it to me. I haven't seen it. And to me, that's terrible, because we all are human. And that was the point of the struggle, right? To make the world acknowledge we are human. But they seem to forget that part.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Maybe it's opposite day. If by iconic, you mean making something unrecognizable and forgettable, sure. But at least they found something new, because this black female genius in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is totally different from the other black female genius in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Shuri. Man, I hope we hear the word iconic again.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Well, Hollywood would know a thing or two about that. Anywho, the rest of the trailer is a bunch
That seemed to be another thing pushing rebellion. They pushing this activism big time in these movies, man. You got to take what you want, even though we don't know what we're gonna freaking do with it once we get it, but we're gonna take it regardless. That's the problem with taking things. It's sort of like you're taking some kind of advanced computer or something, right? But don't know how to use it. So what they usually do, like thieves, they'll take something that they can't use themselves and they sell it, because they can't create it, they can't use it, so they just get rid of it, sell it for money, and probably undersell it because they don't know the value of it. And that's all they want to do, is just take stuff. Let's take it from them. Just grab it. Just do it. Got to do everything you can to take it. Well, you know what? How about just earning it? How about that? How about we just earn the tip? Nah. We gonna take it because we deserve it. That's how we roll, man. That's how we roll.
Of gobbledygook featuring that awful costume and the villain, the Hood, who is from the comics, who's had some connections to Dormammu, but the rumor is in this, he'll be connected to Mephisto, which is too stupid to be true to waste a great villain like Mephisto in a show like this, but considering this comes from the same company who decided to lead with the female Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four, it makes it believable. Oh, and just in case you didn't notice, it has hip-hop music in it because this is a show about black people. And you know that decision.
And that's heartbreaking. It is always like, I know what you already gonna say is white people just pushing that. I already know it, man, because they seem to want to. It's sort of like you watch Good Times. The father left the show because he got tired of white people trying to, write black people. He because they were doing it inaccurate. Matter of fact, JJ became popular and he didn't like that. He wanted a more positive thing about black folks, and they made the show more about JJ idiot behavior. Okay, and he left the show. He thought it was disrespectful to black people. He didn't want to do it anymore. And they still doing it. And black people just eating it up like they invented that crap. It was like, I forgot that black professor. He was like, people think the hip hop look came from black people. No, it didn't. It came from these country white folks and turned into black people. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So it's like even most of the stuff that we do, we got it from white folks. It's look, invent something on your own. Create something on your own. Then you got something to brag about. But I already know what he already gonna say. They the one pushing this crap.
Came from a boardroom full of woke white people with non-binary kids who don't live anywhere near black people. And the trailer ends with introducing us to Riri Williams' little buddy, fake Han Solo himself, Alden Ehrenreich.
A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady.
Oh, he's
shady
in
bunker have that on the wall.
Oh, he has sunk low. He's a good actor too, man. I can't believe he must really need a job. You would think an actor like that, now this is an actor, you would think an actor like that would got his own show. I mean, what the hell? Why would he do this? It's the same thing, the reason why Pedro Pascal running around doing stupid junk, right? I guess When you bend the knee, man, they pay you for it. Cause Pascal is all over the place. Bend the knee. Go on this show to give it some kind of legitimacy. You're a good actor. People know who you are. And, you know, you basically ruined Han Solo for you. So I guess our gift to you now is to go on Ironheart. What? I'm telling you, man. They're destroying the popular actors. And then they trying to push up actors that just don't know what they're doing. But some actors are smart. Like Scarlett Johansson. She's like, screw this. I'm going to do what I want to do. Because they messed up her movie, man. They really messed up her movie. So she was like done with Disney. Now she want to do her own stuff, which is smart. And usually it's popular actors like George Clooney and Brad Pitt. They're not going to be dictated kind of movies they want to do. You're not going to tell them. You know, they're going to slide in a little bit of PC, but not that much. Not to the point it's irritating, okay?
Han Solo himself, Alden Ehrenreich.
A
shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
And what do you need a white man for anyway? Why you put him in it? Okay? Wait, we don't need white men, remember? We don't need, especially a white man, a straight white man. We just don't need that.
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
What happened to this dude? Well, I guess this is what Disney does to actors. He had a breakout role in Hail Caesar and then got the starring role in Solo. # Solo lost money. And now he's been relegated to token white guy assistant in a show by all accounts should never be released. So what did we learn about the iconic genius and insanely popular comic book character Riri Williams Ironheart? Unfortunately for Marvel Studios, this may be the most comic book accurate depiction of a character since Iron Man, because it turns out she's an ungrateful, insecure narcissist who craves acknowledgement and an unlikable brat who aspires to be undeniable and iconic, which is exactly how she is in the comics. She also doesn't need anyone to help her create her own legacy, except when she needs help from the guy she's stealing it from. Iron Man's Robert Downey Jr. gives Ironheart 2 thumbs up, and I bet 2 years' salary that he's never seen it and never will. And what has Marvel learned? Clearly, absolutely nothing. Like we said at the time, right after that big win with Deadpool and Wolverine, Marvel went right back to their regular scheduled programming. They followed that up with Agatha, Captain America Brave New World, Daredevil Born Again, and Thunderbolts. And Ironheart is next. And the fact that they've introduced characters into the MCU like America Chavez.
I just want to say this, man. James Gunn, I don't know what's going to happen with James Gunn in the DCU, but at least he's trying to have fun with it, man. I feel like he's really trying. I don't know how much of influence they got over him that he got to put out certain things, his ESG score or anything else, but at least I'm having a little bit of fun with him, man. He seemed to be really into this. This crap, I don't know what this stuff is.
Vez, Ironheart, Miss Marvel, and the female Silver Surfer before the Silver Surfer is a crime against imagination. And the soft bigotry of low expectations is well on display with this character through Marvel Comics and Marvel Studios' complete unwillingness to put any time, creativity, resources, or effort to make Riri Williams a real character because they never intended for it to go beyond the superficial. It's just a pander and for the headlines, as most of you already know. Ironheart is the very definition of didn't earn it. And you would think people at Marvel, whose business is superheroes, would know that heroes do not aspire to be iconic, villains do. But the good news is there's still an Ironheart out there we can all get behind.
NERDROTIC.com.
All right. We just reacted to Ironheart looks awful. An iconic disaster is incoming. Okay. You can feel his sinking soul as he talk about this. Okay. He don't want this. I don't think he wants this stuff to fail. I don't want this stuff to fail. But they doing everything they can, man, to be so PC about this whole thing, man, that they don't even care about what we think. I'm at a point now, I believe it. At first, I wasn't sure when I heard that, but now I really believe it. They really don't give a crap about what we like. They just want to put out whatever they want, and you got to eat it up, or you don't see nothing. But guess what? What they don't realize, I think they starting to kind of realize is, we'd rather have nothing. I haven't watched a lot of movies because it was PC. And if that means most of the movies are PC, that means I ain't watching movies. I'll find something else to do. You know what I mean? It's like people act like you can't go outside and go to the park or something, right? You can't change the park unless you just block it off or something. Can't make PC going to the park. it's more to life than going to movies. As much as they want us to just go to movies, there's more to life than that. I find other ways to entertain myself, man. I don't need movies. Look, I'm at a point now, if it looks like something that I can stomach, that I might like, I'll watch it. But if most of the movies are garbage, I'm just not going to see most movies. That's just the way it is. And I think most people are getting that way. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we should start reading books, use our imagination, start going to parks, spend time with family or something. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's God's way of letting us know that, you know what, you're doing nothing with your life. You're not really enjoying it the way I want you to enjoy it. Here, we're gonna make Disney and Hollywood fail, so you can go out there and start actually living life. Okay, that's the way I'm taking it. I don't need Hollywood. I don't. And I think most people start to realize they don't need it either. I don't know about the liberal people, man. Maybe they think that's everything, but I don't think so. I think conservative people, and I wish the liberal people would think, no, this ain't that important. I'm gonna start, embracing my family again and start living my life. That's what I'm hoping for them, because I want all of us to have good lives. But, you can't control people. They want to believe what they want to believe. It is what it is. All right, but that's all I got to say. I really appreciate all of you coming by. Thanks again. This is T and Peace.